I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their body, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits.
We shall overcome, because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
I know that love is ultimately the only answer to mankind's problems. And I'm going to talk about it everywhere I go. I'm not talking about emotional bosh when I talk about love. I'm talking about a strong, dominating love.
Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step.
Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?
Our ultimate end must be reconciliation. The end must be redemption. The end must be the creation of the beloved community. We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an unescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly.
I must say tonight that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last 12 or 15 years. It has failed to hear that the promises of freedom and justice have not been met. And it has failed to hear that large segments of white society are more concerned about tranquility and the status quo than about justice and humanity. And so, in a real sense, our nation's summers of riots are caused by our nation's winters of delay. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality.
I am quite aware of the fact that there are persons who believe firmly in nonviolence, who do not believe in a personal God. But I believe that every person who believes in nonviolent resistance believes somehow that the universe in some form is on the side of justice, that there is something unfolding in the universe, whether one speaks of it as an unconscious process, or whether one speaks of it as some unmoved mover, or whether someone speaks of it as a personal God. There is something in the universe that unfolds for justice.
Power without love is reckless and abusive. And love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. And justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love.
I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear.